Hi everybody, it's Colin here from Woodthorp International. Well, things have developed. I've now got my shelf up here. This collapses if there isn't the computer. I've now got Lodi fully connected. It's not exactly in the right place because some of the bits will go elsewhere on the layout. Some will stay, but it'll come to the front so I can see them. That kind of thing. But for now, it's just there, and I can either use it as just a power supply and run trains like a normal controller, or I can run it through iTrains. But this area was the area I wanted for the computer, and where I wanted to put my first monitor, which is up there. Now, the reason I wanted that is there's a couple of reasons. Also, what's going to happen over there, there's going to be a big TV. And the TV is mainly as another monitor as well. Because what I want to do is put additional cameras in here, set up so they're permanently in position, but they can zoom in and stuff like that. But for in here, eventually, what the TV or the monitor, whichever I decide to do it on, or both, depending on what I'm doing, if I'm running a train, or I want to see a train where it is in either of the Fiddleyard shed or the England and Europe shed, those cameras will work and show in here, and the cameras what are in here will show in the England and European shed. So if Gemma's in there or I'm in there, I can see what's going on in here. If I've just sent it through, I might not be in here, but the train might be just having a run round in here, and I just need to see that, yeah, it's still running. iTrains will indicate where it is and tell me different things and tell me where faults are, but I just need to see as well, because you can't be visually seeing things. And if I then want to do a video, these cameras are all going to be set up to a hardware box, so it records everything it sees. They won't be on all the time, but they will be on if I tell them to be on, that kind of thing. But one of the things I wanted to do, because of iTrains and my plan is so big, if I have a throttle set up like here, and I've got an E4 on an E5 at the moment, I may have multiple throttles, or I want to put the throttles up there so I can see them. But one of the things I like about this is your list of trains, and you need to maybe see them. You don't always need to see them, so you can get rid. But the idea is, if I go to there and bring this switchboard up, it just puts the plan. Now at the moment, this is America and the Fiddleyard for America, and eventually the Fiddleyard will also include Europe, but I've put it on the plan. And if I want now to look at this one behind, the moment I click on it, that one goes naturally because it brings it to the front. And if it actually stays there, you can't do anything on the unit behind, because it's only the one at the front you can control. But it's now been set up, and this was set up 1.5 years ago when I got this computer, the big main computer in the conservatory, what you're seeing, which they'll all be networked together, and this monitor was already connected, ready for this. If I get hold of this and drag it to the side, look what appears. It appears up here. Because at the moment it's set up to go off to the left. If I take it off to the left, and you see the mouse down here, and I can do things down this, which doesn't interfere. If I click on this, I don't know if you can hear the clicking, that is still there. But if I go back to that and make it large, I can increase the size using control. If I just press it with the camera, it's made it bigger. And because I'm going to have the 3 sheds, I can put it all on a wider monitor or the TV, because what I will be able to do is send things from the computer to show on the bigger screen. So I could have my throttles on there, my list of my trains down here, and on the TV, what's not there yet, I could have the plan. It's on a bracket what pulls out and stuff, but that I just love. And if I just make it smaller again, if I just use the camera to press control, sorry that you can't see, because I can't use your mouse. And if I just move it up, so if I just show you there, it's still just not the right size. But that's America. That's the fiddle yard for the top layer. There's Japan. Now it's not programmed into iTrains, all of it, only a little bit. There's the fiddle yard for the lower level. And in that area to the right, we'll have England and Europe in. So I can actually have it all up on the screen. Now, looking through this phone, it looks small. My eyesight's bad, and I can see it very clear. And if it goes on a bigger TV screen, it'll be even better. So that's the reason for having this in here with a bigger monitor and the TV, so I can do multiple things. And also, if I wanted, then I could have what's going on in the other room on this one and have iTrains. I'll be able to just shift it all about. And if I just push this down here, behind here is where Europe will come through here to get into America or go to its fiddle yard, because there'll be just 4 lines behind. It's not going to run on this. There will be a board a little bit higher for it to do that on. But that's the idea. This is the centre in this room, and then there'll be another computer, excuse me, there will be another computer in the actual Europe and England shed, and they'll all be interactive. So if I do something on here, put a train on the track, I'll be able to see it in the other room, or someone else will be able to see it in the other room. That's why it's being done like this. And the other exciting thing is I'd managed to get some more hydrocal and have the time to coat it, and I will now show you that, up to putting the bridge back permanent. Yippee! It is not coming out again. It is glued in and never coming out. There's no need for it to come out. Just one thing, I did put this mouse mat on, you know, naturally for the mouse, but just remember with laptops, they need air, and there are feet on laptops, but if you put it onto a soft mat, they sink in and restrict airflow to your computer, and they'll overheat. They should just flick off and let it cool down, but just, you know, it might not as well, depending on how old your computer or your laptop is. So what I did was I just cut the mouse mat out, just got one big enough just to cut round, and then I've stuck it down so when that drops, this doesn't actually fall off, and I can then take that wherever I want. So that's that. I'll show you the main Trestle Bridge now in place and the colouring to get it to the finished state. Just put hydrocal on all the face now. They were already done, waiting for me to get the hydrocal and get it on the back. So it's now colouring time to do all round here, so the bridge can go back and stay. And I've done over there and round that corner, and some on this side here, and a bit of hydrocal there. I filled the bottom in, ready for colouring, ready for the actual epoxy resin. That's going to be a big pour when it happens, and I'm not going to colour much down here. This is going to be mainly soil and a few bits of rock, and the same here. Some of this may get some soil, bit of grass and some rocks, fallen rocks. And then like I say, I need to get this bridge back. So that's what I'm going to be on with. I'll show you as I go along. Okay, that's a couple of colours put on. Very hard to see one of them, but the idea is it does blend in. Looks quite frightening at the moment, but there is one thing. All else fails, you can wash it off. And not that I would want to wash it off, but you can also just overpaint it. Brush some thin hydrocal over and start again. So it's quite interesting. Alright, I'll be back. Well, that's some more on. It's looking even messier. It doesn't look good, does it? You just have to keep faith in what you do. A bit in there and some down the edges. So let's see. Right, that's all the colouring on. There's 2 extra colours and a tad bit of black. I've tried to make it mucky in places, you know, because of age and stuff. But what's to do now is to put some scenic cement on. Then I've got to paint it again all over with some black, very thin wash black, hopefully to show more cracks up and stuff like that. Every little bit will get brushed, and then scenic bond it again, and then paint these and grass them, and then I'm going to have an odd tree growing out of a crevice, that kind of thing, and then the water to put in. But the water's going in after the bridge is back in, because I can lean over to do that, because you don't actually run the water down, you have to make that on a flat surface, but I'll show you that. So I'm pleased with that. Now to scenic cement it. Well, that's it with the black all over it now, and I've got to give it another coat of scenic cement to seal it all up. So that's it. I'll do the face. I can get in with that, with the bridge, you know, once the bridge is in. I've still got to put a bit of Hydercal down here, but yeah, it has taken some doing. That is a big area to coat with so many different colours, and trying to keep the wet line moving and stuff until you put the cement on. Then it just seals it. Then it's just one coat afterwards. And then I'll paint down here some soil, get some grass in, get some bits of grass down here, and some trees. Well, what a view. Walking into seeing that. I've been very busy. The bridge is now impermanent. It is not coming out. It is glued in. And it is glued in, so that's it. I have some colouring still to do there, but it's on this side. I've got the waterfall to put in. Quite happy to be doing that after, because it's another stage, but I'm needing to get this bit done. I have now got just 230 more pieces, plus a couple of other bits, just to finish the bridge off. Basically, these running boards here, what the track's going to sit on, and to give it its bank, because one side's thinner and one side's higher, so it leans in. And then this lovely little fiddly handrail to put on, and then I've got another one of safety areas for them to go. I'm going to put one in the middle on the other side, and again one somewhere around here. So I've coloured the back, as you can see. I put some bushes in. I haven't gone mad with the bushes. Very tricky to know when enough is enough. Looking at it from here, you know, you can see that there's the rocks are done and there's bits of green, but it's mainly to film trains going round. If I was to hold the camera right back and up, watching a train go around, that will be spectacular. Well, I'm hoping it will, after all this work. And I've put all different size bits of rock in, so if it's fallen off the face and all the way down, there's bits of green where grass has grown, where some places it hasn't, like down there where it's a bit flatter, and I steamed the trunks to curve them, because what happens is birds drop seeds or seeds blow in and it sits on a crevice what sticks out and then starts to grow. But what I have seen is they tend to not grow that much at the bottom. They only tend to grow a few, trunks at the very top, just due to light getting down and stuff like that. And then down in the bottom, that will have to be filled with oops, sorry, come on, that'll have to be filled with some epoxy when I do the pour for the lake, and then I'll have to make some waterfall water and put it in. But I can do that as I'm building the layout and keep coming back. Like the face of here, I haven't done none of this yet, but I can get to this while the bridge is there. I just couldn't get to all that without the bridge. It was better not to have the bridge, and you'll see that in the previous bit of the film. And I just love putting these extra bits on. So that now just needs work, does the bridge, and then I can get a bit of track going around it. I'm just getting to the stage now of getting ready to put some insulation up that wall, some plasterboard, boards across, insulation board on, so I can extend my track a bit to go down here and that way. It's the next tricky bit is the track, curving the track, banking it, all in virtually one go, and getting it to stick. But I've got an idea for that. But just making it work, and then putting the middle rails inside to keep it on the track, so it can't derail. That's something else I'm wanting to do. So they'll have to be bent and stuck on independently. And this is why I'm using on the track on here is going to be code 100, and then 55 will sit on the in between the rails to make them check rails, I think they're called. But super pleased. It's a bit of a daunting and worrying thing when you start colouring, and you see the strips as I showed you, and you think, oh my god, because it's sort of, as you saw, it was sort of like those rungs, but that's what you do. So they say. So that's the next bit, is sticking all the rest of the wood on, and then the water. And as you can see down there is the Japanese line that'll have a that'll be nice, just seeing it shoot past and round. So I'll carry on, and I hope you like what I've been up to. And thank you to all the new subscribers and all the lovely comments I keep getting, and helpful hints and ideas and stuff. It's nice to share this hobby. So thanks very much, and I'll speak to you in the next video. Bye for now. Bye.